And I remember looking at that 17 or 18-year-old girl, and it brought tears to my eyes. Because basically she was saying, am I a citizen of this state or not? Well, fortunately, Tom Harkin and George Bush Sr., who signed it into law, passed the Americans with Disabilities Act and said, we're going to make a difference in these people's lives, and we're going to say it's not appropriate to discriminate against them on the basis of disability. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, that's all this legislation does. One more step. I look down there. There's Abraham Lincoln. There he is. We look at him every time we address the President of the Senate. Folks, I think about that deaf girl, and I think about maybe as many as 300,000 Iowans, maybe more, that consider themselves gay. And it brings tears to my eyes to believe that those folks believe, we believe, they're not full citizens in this state, that they're somehow less than the rest of us. That's wrong. This legislation, by the way, doesn't change people's attitudes. As it relates to, it only relates to employment, public accommodations, housing, education, and credit practices. Senator Hartsuch, when it comes to Boy Scouts, if you read the code and the letter you got from the Boy Scout guy, you'd recognize that the Code of Iowa, in essence, already has that language in it. Already has that language in it. Maybe it shouldn't have that language in it, but it already does. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, my daughter Kate probably said it to me best. She came from the office. She's a civil engineer, and in her office was some discussion about this issue. This is 4 or 5 years ago, and she said she told the older people in that office, you guys don't get it. For my generation, we don't care. We just care what you do when you're on the job, whether you're doing your job. We don't care what you do in the privacy of your own lives. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, this is a proud moment. It's time to step forward and say 300,000 Iowans are full citizens in this state and can be fired because we may not judge what they do to be right. It's time we did this in Iowa. We tried doing this 15 years ago. We passed it in the Iowa Senate. And for those of you nervous about the politics of this, those of us that voted for it 15 years ago, we're all still here. Will people use this against us politically? Sure they will. Will they make up lies? Heck, they were making up lies last year on legislation. And the year before that. And this issue's been run against people that have supported, including everybody, in our civil rights code. So ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, this is a proud day for me. I'm happy we're doing this. I think it's the right thing to do. And I don't want to ever look somebody in the eye and hear their question that is basically a question, am I a full citizen? And have tears come to my eyes again. I want to smile at them and say, yes, you are a full citizen in this state. Yes, your rights are protected. Yes, those 2 people that were in the Des Moines Register editorial yesterday, you are welcome to stay in Iowa because you can look forward to being employed in the state and not being fired because somebody decides they don't like gay people. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, I proudly ask you to support Senate File 427. Mr. President, I move that Senate File 427 be read for the last time and placed upon its passage.